Okay, up to this point we've checked out hammer-ons and pull-offs. Those two together are also known as slurs, and it's definitely fantastic techniques, and definitely something you need to have down, and part of your articulation techniques. What we're going to look at next is known as slides. Let me give you a couple of examples of sliding on the guitar. Okay, so a couple of examples using slides. That is where I pick a note and then I slide into a following note. And of course I can slide upwards, I can slide downwards. I can slide single notes. I can slide double stops. I can slide chords. So there's a bunch of different slides. I can slide slowly, where you'll actually hear the previous note that I'm sliding from. And then you hear the second note, so you can hear both notes distinctly. Or I can slide quickly, where you don't really hear the first note, which is like this. Okay, so, and there's a bunch of other kind of slides that you can do. You can do consecutive up and down slides, making use of the fast slide or the slower slide, sliding chords, double stops, single notes, whatever the case may be. As you can see, there's a lot of options. So let's dive right in and look at the first exercise I've got down for you over here, which is just sliding from the 5th fret to the 7th fret on the D and G strings respectively. Here we go. Okay, 5 is going to slide to 7 on the D string. Then the same on the G string. Okay, so that's pretty simple. Go and practice that. So let's look at the following version that you can use with a slide, where you slide into your following note quickly, where you don't hear the note you're sliding from. Okay, and that will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you can see that it's got a totally different sound to the slower version that I've just played in the previous example. Let me do both of them together so that you can hear the contrast between these two different types of slides. Here we go. 3, 4. Fast now. Slow. And fast. Okay, so let me do what I've just done in reverse, where I'm going to slide from a higher note into a lower note. First of all, making use of a normal slide, or what I've just referred to as a slow slide. From 7 to 5 on the D string will sound like this. On the G string, same thing. Again. Okay, so let's do the quick slide. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slow, fast. slow, fast. Okay, so that's sliding from a higher note to a lower note. These examples, by the way, we are sliding 2 frets at a time. Now, of course, you can slide more than 2 frets. I can put my first finger on the 12th fret of the D string and slide that down to the 2nd fret. Or I can do it in reverse from the 2nd fret to the 12th fret. It will sound like this. Okay, so you don't always slide only 2 frets. You can slide 1 fret. And you can slide 12 frets even. Whatever the case may be, try and experiment with this. If I gave you all the different options available to slide, I'd keep you busy forever. So we're just looking at the concepts, and then I'd like you to go and experiment with them. And we're going to look at some musical examples where we're going to throw all these articulations together in any way. But just a side note, don't always keep those the imagination going and see what you come up with. Okay, so let's have a look at sliding double stops. Okay, so a double stop is simply when I'm playing 2 notes at once with 1 finger. In this case, it's the 5th fret on the D string and the 5th fret on the G string. I'm picking those strings together, and then I slide them up 2 frets. I can do it downward as well. I can do it fast or down. Okay, now those were double stops. I can also slide power chords, which incidentally is also only 2 notes, but because it's the root and the 5th, they actually form a power chord, which sounds like this. Okay, so that's a great sound on the electric guitar. In this instance, we're going to slide a power chord from the 5th fret, which is the 5th fret on the G, and my 3rd finger will always be 2 frets higher and 1 string higher. So that's the 7th fret on the D string. So now I'm going to slide this exact shape from 5 to 8, which will sound like this. And I'm going to do it in reverse, 8 to 5. One more time, upwards.